guess VAR will look at it in real time. You wouldn't have known, and we are going to play on as Willian with another outswinger. This time it does meet the head of Muniz, but he could only head it into the ground. It was easy for Anderson to gather. Richards receives the ball to his feet, into Wharton. Crystal Palace yet to really get a foothold on the ball in this opening 12 minutes. It's been a fast start from Fulham. They've dominated both with the ball and territorially. As it goes to the right-hand side for Muniz, who's scored in every round for Crystal Palace so far this season. That's loose from Bassi, straight out of play for a throw-in. Muniz will take Glasner. So, almost giving a rousing team talk for his coaching staff. He can't be happy with what he's seen so far. Helped on from Lerma, headed away by Robinson. Wharton's there first. It's a slip from Anderson, and that's allowed Sarr to nip in. Sarr towards the back post, tries to square it for Mateta. Anderson recovers and puts it behind for a corner. And just like that, slip from Anderson. Almost gifted the opportunity. Sarr pulled it across. It was good tracking. Turn the ball away for a corner. Wharton will take. It's Palace's first of the afternoon. 12 minutes gone. Craven Cottage. Fulham been on top so far as Mateta standing right on the goalkeeper. Swung in towards the 6-yard box. It's come off the head and almost poked in by Mateta on the line. It was Lacroix who got the initial head to it. And nodded it sort of just in front of Leno. And that just allowed Mateta to get a foot in. It was too close to the goalkeeper who smothered it well. Here's Berge stepping inside of Mateta. It goes to Lukic. Out to Castagna, now Iwobi. Back to Berge. Just gets the ball out of his feet. Was rather fizzed into him. Back with Bassi, who's just inside the Palace half. Robinson, as always, pulls out to the left. Instead it goes infield to Anderson. Bassi once more. Now Robinson looks to make the run in behind. Infield to Berge once more. Now Robinson, who's dropped back 15 yards to receive it. Lovely turn from Willian. Williams clipped from behind by Wharton. That's his second. And that's a yellow card. Darren England's given the game's first yellow card. I don't think Wharton can have too many complaints. He was completely turned by the movement of Willian. Slid from behind, but nowhere near the ball. And clipped both heels of the Brazilian winger. That's a yellow card for Wharton and a chance for Fulham from about 30 yards out. Is the one-man wall. As Crystal Palace players lining up just a foot or so away from the edge of the 18-yard box. Pereira will clip this one in, no doubt. It's towards the back post and sails all the way through. Castagna looking to come in on the blind side of Richards. It's a decent-ish delivery. Just a bit too close to the byline for any Fulham player to have the opportunity to get a foot on it. Just in the replay of that Mateta chance at the other end, it would have been offside. He didn't actually quite get a touch on the ball. It was about a whisker away. So we're 15 minutes into this one at Craven Cottage, the FA Cup quarter-final. The opening quarter-final of the weekend, Fulham against Crystal Palace. Neither of these sides have lifted this trophy, or indeed a major trophy in their history. Fulham's FA Cup quarter-final record has been mixed. This is their 9th in their history. They won the first 4. They're currently on a 4-game losing streak in such quarter-finals. Long ball over the top, which Gahey nods away from Iwobi. Mitchell back to make sure the Nigerian can't get the second ball. As he's beaten to it by Castagna. Wharton battling through, but losing out to Burge. Here's Willian. Just bounced awkwardly for him. He goes down. Referee immediately waves it away, but that's loose from Richards. And here's a chance for Fulham to get the ball into the box with Anthony. Falls for Iwobi. Now Willian is pulled across to this right-hand side. Back to Iwobi. Clipped towards the back post. Just bounces over the head of Anderson, who helps it back in over his head, but too close to the goalkeeper. Just lacking a real moment in quality in that final third for him at the moment. Chance, as you sense, are coming. As Palace play it short again. Gahey back to Dean Henderson. And now walking up to the edge of the area. Cross for Lacroix. Now Richards, who's right over by that far touchline. Up the line for Muniz. Nice touch from him. Just got away from him, but Bassi can only pull it out of play for a throw-in. It was fizzed up to him up the line. He just looked to take the sting off it. We thought he was going to turn his legs and go. It's just enough gap between him and the ball for Bassi to come across. Muniz will leave it for Lerma, who will look to launch one into the box. Gahey and Lacroix both come up from the back. Richards already there. Left arm raised by Lerma. Long it goes towards the corner of the 6-yard box. That's a bounce through, and it's punched away by Leno. Pumped on towards Iwobi, who uses his strength to get away from Eze. Good tackle from Wharton on Lukic, who's gone down holding his ankle. Wharton finds Sarr. Sarr's got no one out to the right-hand side, but he keeps it well under pressure from Bassi. He wants a free kick. Referee says no, and Bassi carries the ball away over halfway. Now Willian. Bassi's carried his run forwards and now thinks better of it. Oh no, doesn't. He's carried on his run. Willian's found him. It's Bassi into the area. Tries to cut it back. Shot from distance. Just dragged wide by Pereira. Well, Calvin Bassi, all the way up from the back, won the ball and then just kept on going. Thought for a minute about stopping and then just carried on his run. Easily shrugged off at Richards and laid it back for Pereira, who just dragged his shot past the far post with his left boot. He fell to the ground with his knees, with his head in his hands, I should say. A good opportunity once again for Fulham. They were unable to hit the target. Anderson gets his head to it first. Lerma with the second ball. Mitchell drops the shoulder and it's going outside of Castagna. Castagna will just clip it into midfield. Lerma just eases Pereira away. The forward ball only finds Richards, who plays it straight against Sarr. Almost came through for Mateta. Leno finds Bassi. Up the line to Willian. Back to Bassi. He's got to play it long. Muniz with the flick on towards Robinson. Bounces awkwardly. Robinson challenging for it. And jumps straight into the Crystal Palace captain, Mark Gahey. Two skippers coming into close contact. And it's leaving a mark from Anthony Robinson. He did have eyes on the ball, but certainly just went straight through the man. And now Crystal Palace can come away with the ball. Gahey to Lacroix. Back to Gahey. Now Lerma on this left-hand side. Into the channel, but there's no Crystal Palace player there. Mateta will jog over towards Anderson, who gets it back to Leno. Anderson once more. Back to Leno. That was a risky pass with Mateta almost closing off the angle. Back to Robinson via Bassi. He'll clip one up towards Muniz. Muniz flicks it nicely into the path of Pereira. Loose second touch. The first one was good. Just allows Lacroix to get in. He gets the return pass from his goalkeeper and he turns towards the Fulham goal. Out it goes towards Sarr. Mateta comes short, gets it. Switch of play from him. Finds Mitchell. Eze comes infield. Back it goes instead to Gahey. Eze once again loses out as Iwobi tries to go on the outside of Lerma, who just stands his ground. Wharton, tight, turns, lays it back towards Richards, and then Crystal Palace player has gone down on the turf. It's Muniz who's gone down after Wharton won the ball off between the two Fulham players who complied on him. Anderson comes across to have a word with the referee. He's trying to get Wharton a second yellow card. Wharton's not happy with it. They've known each other. Of course, Anderson, a former Crystal Palace player. Referee is giving himself some thinking time, trying to compose the situation. Now, after the play had gone, did Wharton swipe out it? He did. He has a little kick out at Muniz, who went down rather belatedly. It was petulant from the young Crystal Palace midfielder, who's already on a yellow card. And the referee's having a word with Muniz. Spoke to Robinson, the captain, first, who's just translating the conversation. Marco Silva in deep conversation with the assistant on that far side. And now Muniz is in the face of Wharton. It's